Welcome to the Screaming Room. I'm Kanan Becker, and I am once again by myself. If you happen to be watching on the Ghost Pirate channel, this is the simulcast between the Ghost Pirate Entertainment YouTube channel, as well as, and you can see I'm outside, but as well as the Bloodscribe Creations YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to the Bloodscribe Creations, make sure you go over there and subscribe for this podcast every week. But today, as you can see, I am not at the studio. I'm not even in my home city of Sacramento. I am actually all the way out in Jackson, Florida. The reason I'm out here is I am on the set of the Hellgate, which is coming out hopefully later this year, if not early next year. It's an independent production horror movie that's being done by my co-host DJ, as well as Jay. Like, they're working on this film, and so that's why they're not with me. So those of you that have been following the podcast are well aware of that. But if you're new here because you're from the Ghost Pirate channel and you're just seeing this podcast for the first time, this is the Screaming Room, and we'll get into some more right after this.
It wasn't until 2020 that I actually sat down and watched Texas Chainsaw.
All right, how do I turn this off?
So how are you guys doing today? Once again, I'm by myself today, but hopefully I will shortly have some of the cast and crew from the Hellgate. They are coming from another location, heading over to this one. This is the cave location. I wanted to do it live from the cemetery location, but just time-wise, this was where they were going to be shooting when the podcast is supposed to happen. So, like I said, if you're new here and you're from the Ghost Pirate, if you're watching this on Ghost Pirate Entertainment, make sure you go over to Bloodscribe Creations and subscribe there, because that's where this podcast every Wednesday lives. So we're live every Wednesday. Usually it's 4 of us, but today it's just me. But I hope I have some things to talk to you guys about that will entertain you and make you be okay with it just being me. I'm doing my best over here because my whole entire crew that normally does this is doing the movie, like I said. So yeah, it's been cool. I've been here in Florida, in Jacksonville, Florida, since Friday, and I'm here for another 2 days, I think, and then I fly back home. But it's been cool. I've been able to be on set a couple different days, take some pictures, meet everybody. It's just been a really cool thing. Like, I've shared some pictures. I don't want to share too much pictures or video, because the cave scene is one of the climactic scenes of the movie. Like, some big things happen here, and so I don't want to completely spoil them for you guys. I want you guys to be able to still, when you see the movie, have some things left that you know about. So, but anyway, let's see. Who do we have in the comments? We have. What's up, Garrett? What's up, Alyssa, Terry, Apathy, Ray, GD Rose, Terry, how you guys all doing? Listen, that's mean. What's up, Javier? Yeah, so I'm hopefully going to have some of the actors as well as DJ. But from what I've seen, it's been really cool so far. Just for such a low budget production, I mean, this is bare bones. It doesn't feel like it. Like, when you're seeing what is actually being captured on the camera, because they're using a black magic. So I mean, it's like a legit movie camera that you'll see some pretty decent productions shot on that. They're also doing multicams. They have 4 different cameras, I believe, that they're shooting this with. So, you know, it's going to look amazing. And the acting, everybody I've seen so far, looks like they're doing a great job. Like, I haven't seen all the different scenes. It's been going on for 3 weeks. So I'm just kind of here at the tail end of shooting as they're closing in on the end. I think Saturday is the last day of shooting. So what's up, Mayhem and Deborah? How are you guys doing? So tell me, what channel are you guys watching this on? Is anybody on the Bloodscribe Creations watching it over there? So I need to make sure that it's streaming there as well. This is the first time I've ever tried to do a multi-channel live stream. What's up, Mike? So is anybody watching it on the, can someone go over to the Bloodscribe Creations and make sure, everybody actually, can you guys go over there? Because they need we need the watch time for that channel for the podcast so that we can do community feeds and all the different things. So Garrett, you're over on Bloodscribe? All right, awesome, thank you. But yeah, if everybody could go over to the Bloodscribe Creations right now, YouTube channel, make sure you're subscribed over there and watch the feed over there, because it'll help the algorithm discover the podcast much more. Because I mean, right now, like almost no one knows this podcast exists, and I feel like there's some really awesome things in store, especially once this movie wraps and we can really get into. Yeah, it's the Ghost Pirate, or it's Bloodscribe Creations on YouTube. So, because this is where every Wednesday night we shoot this podcast. Normally it's a few of us and not just me, but this week they're busy filming and I am here kind of trying to cover it, show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes, hopefully. Nice, thanks, Mayhem. Yeah, if everybody can go over there, that would be awesome. Bloodscribe Creations is the company that's creating this movie, but also it's where this podcast lives. And this podcast is called The Screaming Room. So if you're joining just now and you're not sure what I'm talking about, this is the Screaming Room podcast. But tonight only, I am simulcasting it from the Ghost Pirate channel to hopefully get a lot of you guys over on Ghost Pirate to know that I do a podcast every week. I've been doing this now for, I think, 2 months. I've been doing this podcast, but only a couple of you guys even know that I have a podcast. So yeah, I got 3 different partners that do it with me. It's Jay, Bethany, and DJ. So I don't know the exact details on the basic storyline. It's gonna be cosmic horror on some level. It has to do with it, like it's really taking the love of metal music and infusing it with a horror movie. So both those things, there's going to be metal music playing and this and that, but it's along the lines of fairly young rocker, like this girl. I believe she's in a band, her and her bandmate. I don't know 100% about that, but they basically come across some evil. They discover some evil, and they keep pulling at that thread and going down that rabbit hole until they get themselves in some serious trouble. But there's going to be there's going to be some body horror stuff. There's going to be like all kinds of cool stuff. If you guys want to see some sneak peeks of different body horror elements, special effects, things like that, you know, they're going to be minor spoilers because you're not going to be surprised when that happens in the movie. But if you want to see any of the behind the scenes stuff, go over to the Facebook, Bloodscribe Creations, or I'm sorry, the Hellgate on Facebook. And DJ and everybody over there has been posting some pretty cool pictures from set, and you can kind of get a better idea. And I think they have a synopsis of the movie over there. I'm shooting this from my phone because I am outside and it's a whole thing. I have my full setup for the most part from home, but I don't have a way to light myself, and right now I can't even get into the warehouse. So I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna go live from my mobile. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I mean, you guys can at least understand what I'm saying, right? Do I need to get closer to the microphone, or are you guys hearing me okay? I'm like literally right next to a freeway, so that doesn't make it much easier. But right behind me, as you can see, is where they're shooting the movie, inside of that warehouse. But like I said, they're on their way from another scene, from another set location, so heading to this one. All right, good. So, because it's also, the podcast every week also goes on Spotify. So if you'd like to listen to a podcast on Spotify, we usually upload them the day after. So on Thursdays, it'll be over on Spotify under the Screaming Room. So this is the Screaming Room podcast. I know a lot of you are watching it on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment YouTube channel, and you're like, what do you mean this is Screaming Room? I'm simulcasting right now. Normally this only lives on the Blood Scribe Creation YouTube channel, but today I'm doing it from both. But anyway, maybe we could do some Q&A while I wait for some of the cast and crew to get here. You guys got some Q&A for me? Get these off so I can read a little better. Yeah, I really want people to just be able to consume this in whatever way you enjoy. So like if you would like to drive to work listening to a podcast, you can do it on Spotify, or I mean you can listen to it on YouTube as well. So it's, you know, we want to have it available for both. Yeah, it's a small location, but they built this really cool cave inside, and it looks really creepy and real. It's like dark and ominous. DJ invited me on the podcast like maybe 6 months ago, and back when it was called Hookah and Horror, and we had a good time just talking about horror movies. And so then a little while later, he hit me up and was like, hey, would you want to, you know, join the podcast full time? And so I think 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, I did the first episode. Maybe it's been 3 months now. It's been a while. Oh, nice. Some of the people are showing up now, but yeah, it's been a while. There's like, I think at least 6 episodes or something, but yeah, and that's how we met. And then he kept telling me about this movie they were going to make, and invited me to come on out and hang out on set, you know, kind of do some behind the scenes stuff and get involved in however I wanted. I mostly just wanted to help shine a light on this. Like I wanted to be here longer. I wanted to be here for the whole entire shoot, and so I could have been involved more, you know, maybe even played a role in the movie if, you know, I could have, but it's kind of one of those problems where, because I couldn't get out until the final week, it's like things are already locked in, and so I've just helped a little bit here and there, but mostly just trying to cover it and put some light on it. I look like a legendary director. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to be a director. Definitely a producer. Definitely going to be involved in producing and just promoting small horror movies like what I already do. Like, I feel like that's the most important job that I can perform. There's a ton of artists out there that can make amazing movies. It's just important that people know of them and see them. If you guys have a question, write question in the front of your comment, please. You know me and my eyesight, it's not the greatest, and I need to be able to keep up with what you're saying. So too bad you missed most of it. Yeah, I know. I mean, they've kept me in the loop, but as far as like being on set, yeah, it's just get the time away from the channel. As it is, I've been working the whole time I've been out here, so that you guys have a video still for this Friday. I wanted to do a review of Civil War. Haven't been able to do that yet. I might just do that right here and record it and then edit it later. I don't know. We'll see. But have any of you guys seen Civil War yet? It's not as hot as Sacramento here, but it's so much more humid that I'm just kind of always sweating. But I don't feel super hot that often. Whereas like in Sacramento, it is so hot. Like already, man, we're getting close to 90, and it's like, you know, we're having high 80s days, and that dry heat, man, it just feels like you can't breathe. But yeah, I mean, the heat in Florida is no joke either. So Um, it's hard always to add anything else to my schedule because I'm already trying to put out as many videos as I can. Like, as you know, I try to edit, or I try to review as many horror movies that are in theaters as I can, on top of trying to put out at least one of the list videos a week, the recommendation list videos. So it's hard. It's kind of hard to add the podcast, if I'm going to be totally honest. But I love the people that, and I don't get a chance to talk to other people about horror that much, other than like in the, texting back and forth, the comments and this and that. And so it's nice to have some people, that to talk horror with, and just to also do something that's just a relaxed thing where I don't have to edit it and like repeat what I say 4 times. That's actually not true. I generally only repeat everything 3 times. It's kind of this shooting rule I have. I say it 3 times, take the best take. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, it's just definitely adds something to my schedule, but I really enjoy doing it because of the people involved, and I think that we have a really bright future on what we can do. So yeah, I thought Civil War was amazing. I thought it was fantastic. I think that the promotions, the trailer and the way it's being promoted did a disservice to it, because they make it look like it's just this action movie and that it's going to be like super political, and it's not really, because everything is like from the angle of the photographers, and it's about them and it's about their story, and they don't even really tell you exactly what's going on with the politics, so you never really get that much involved in the politics, other than that people are killing each other and like mayhem is going on. But these photographers are really what the story's about, and it's just amazing. It's incredibly well shot. The directing is fantastic. Like, it's really sad because it just came out that the director of it, and I'm spacing on his name right now, but he did Ex Machina and he did Annihilation. It just came out in a story. Is it? It's not. I can't remember his name, but anyway, it came out in a story that he's burned out on directing and just not enjoying it anymore, and so this is his last film that he's going to direct, and he's just going to go back to focusing on writing. Like, he's writing the script for 28 Years Later, which will come out, I think, next year. He's writing the script for that. So it's sad to see him go, because he is incredible. I mean, Ex Machina is right up there with my favorite A24 movie. And this is A24 as well, but this is up there. I'm not going to say it's better than Ex Machina, but like, I feel like it's right up there with Annihilation. Like, this movie is dark, it's profound, it's powerful, it's extremely intense. I mean, I went and saw it with Leslie, and we were just like on the edge of our seats, like the entire movie. And we got these, like, I don't know if they were actually D boxes or what, but we could feel like the sound, like it was incredible. Like, it literally felt like it was just coming from my toes through me. I think it might have just been Dolby sound, but it's just the sound in this movie is so incredible that it literally felt like almost like a D box. So, but the acting, oh my God, it's just incredible. Like, there's this whole kind of narrative of this older reporter who is incredible, who's kind of done it all, seen it all, and her soul is kind of broken almost. She's just worn down, and her kind of passing the torch in a way to this younger, not reporter really, they're like a war photographer. But that's the focus really of this movie, is the photographers and what it's like to capture war like that, and to not be able to let it affect you. It's just this movie goes hard, man. There is some absolutely nightmarish gore in it, brutal and just violent. And I mean, it's not technically a horror movie, but I would say there is some of the most horrific moments in this movie from any movie we've seen, even a horror movie from the last, it's right up there with some of the best we've seen in a while, because it's like so intense. I mean, there's this one scene in particular where I think his name is Jesse Plimpkins. God, I don't have my notes like normally I do if I talk about a movie, but there's this scene where he's basically asking them, who are you? And he basically, they showed in the trailer and like, are you American? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, what kind of American? And it's just terrifying. Like they showed in the trailer, but it's so much more intense in the actual movie. So I'm trying to get out my little tablet so I can actually look up these people's names. But yeah, it's one of those movies that is extremely dramatic, but I mean it does have crazy action in it too. So I mean I would say it's an action, a drama first, action second, thriller. Definitely a thriller, but I'm not gonna say it's horror. Oh, and Leslie's watching it from Facebook. Cool. It's good to know that I got it set up right. It's in all the different locations. So if you guys could share this, that would be awesome. But if any of you guys are on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment channel, please go over to the Blood Scribe Creations YouTube channel and subscribe over there, because that's where this podcast is going to be every week on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I've already been doing it for like 2 months. So there's a bunch of episodes that if you haven't heard this until today, like this is your first time, there's like at least I think 8 episodes, or I don't know, there's at least a couple up that you can listen to us talk about. But normally it's not just me by myself. There's 4 of us all total that do this podcast. So, but yeah, I think it's Jesse Plemkins, maybe. Normally I listen to names and that's how I can figure out to somewhat say them correctly. Because it is so hard to pronounce a lot of these names. Yeah, it stars Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, Kaylee Spiney, and Jesse Plemkins. And it's just Nick Offerman's in it as well, and Stephen McKinley. But yeah, it's directed. Let's see. By Alex Garland. I was spacing on his name. So it's written and directed by Alex Garland. And it's listed as a dystopian horror movie, but I would say it's more of a drama. I would say it's more of a drama thriller, a drama action thriller. So, yeah. So if I do want to cut this into a trailer later, I'm going to say this. Civil War is a 2024 action drama thriller. And that way I can edit it later if I choose what I just did into an actual review. We'll see. I might shoot one, I might just not. But the premise of it is a civil war has erupted between an authoritarian. You know what? It's funny because the way it's listed, like the way the synopsis is listed, it makes it sound so much more politically charged than it is. Because like if you're someone like me that's just tired of hearing about politics and you just want to watch a good movie, like, they do a great job of that. It doesn't feel political. So I definitely will be releasing my Abigail review, but that won't come out until probably this weekend because I fly back Friday, so I probably won't be able to go see it until Saturday. So probably have a review for it up Sunday, because I don't get back until pretty late on Friday. So we'll see. I definitely want to do a review of Abigail though. That's the point. This is not like basically we figured out that this is something that has taken place and it's like at least 20 years in the future. And so the political climate is not like what it is now. And it never gets into what happened that caused it or why, who is involved with who. But like Leslie brought up, Texas and California have probably the most immigrants, or pretty close to the most immigrants. And so there's a good chance that that's what they bonded over, like those two states would bond over. But that's what I found to be interesting. But if you look at the map, that there is a map for the movie, it's literally just the middle of the country. There's a slice basically, and those are the people that are with the president, and everybody else is either staying out of it or fighting against it. So basically this president is a piece of shit is what it seems like. Oh, what's up, man? Was that you commenting on the? Yeah. Okay. Is the feed looking okay then?
Yeah, this sounds great.
This is Jay. He is, what are you doing in the movie?
I am the director of photographer.
Yeah.
How does this work?
I'm
gonna go make some magic.
Yeah. I wanted to do this on my regular setup, but there's no light in there and I couldn't get in there. There's lots of light, so yeah. I'll probably come walk around. That's part of why I left it this way, because then I can just kind of walk around. But yeah, so they're about to start shooting in there, so we'll definitely snag some people, hopefully. Trying to see the comments, but it's being all funky. Yeah, I agree 100%, Garrett. Like, and that's the case with this movie. It's like not a horror movie, but it has some scenes that are just absolutely horrifying. Like in a real world kind of way, you know, and that's what, like, stuff that really will stick with you. Thank you, Rachel. That's my sister, Rachel, right there. Say hi, everybody. Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock p.m. here in Florida. If I was at home, it would only be 5 o'clock. It's a strange thing to get used to, that 3-hour time difference. Did any of you guys go see Sting? That's another really fun, and Arcadian. Both those, I did reviews of both those are on the channel, but those are both movies that came out this past weekend, and I think they're both really fun creature features. Arcadian is a more serious tone kind of movie. It's not as campy. But it has a real, like, it's not like ripping off A Quiet Place, but it's got a lot of the same similarities. So if you are a fan of A Quiet Place and that's kind of your jam, then I would say Arcadian. If you want to just see a fun creature feature that's a little bit more humor, a little bit more lighthearted. I mean, it's definitely not a comedy. It still gets creepy and scary and all that, but like it just doesn't take itself quite as serious. Then I would go see Sting. But they're both really fun. Yeah, and then if any of you guys haven't seen, Late Night with the Devil, that actually comes out on Shudder this Friday. So definitely watch that movie. Like, if you haven't seen it yet, or even if you have, I plan to rewatch it. That's how much I love that movie. It's rare that I'll go see it, that I'll watch a movie again at home anyway, right after seeing it in theater, or, you know, shortly after seeing it in theaters. Like, if I could see it again in theaters, sometimes I'll see them, especially at the drive-ins while I'm editing. I'll watch movies again a lot of times, but it's rare I'll watch them at home. But Late Night with the Devil is so much fun. Like, that is such a fun movie. And I mean, I think it's so much fun that even if you don't have Shudder, I think it's worth getting Shudder, even if it's just for the month to see that. But I also have a list up for you guys to check out other movies on Shudder. So if you do get Shudder for the month, I got plenty of suggestions. Just look up my Shudder list on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment channel. But yeah. And any of you guys that are watching this on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment channel, please go over to the Blood Scribe Creations YouTube channel and subscribe over there, because this is technically a podcast that we do every Wednesday. I'm just simulcasting it tonight so that to kind of get more people aware that we're doing a podcast every single Wednesday. So every Wednesday evening we do a podcast, and if you want to listen to it on Spotify, it'll be up usually the day after up on Spotify. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody should get Shudder as well, if you ask me. But, you know, it's kind of one of those, some people can't afford it or just don't want it, or that's fine. I'm not telling you you have to, but I think everybody should. Yeah, I loved this Strain. I don't know if I ever finished it, though. I know I watched at least like 4 seasons of it, but I feel like maybe I didn't see the final season, but maybe I did. I don't know. I watch so much content. It's very hard for me to always keep track sometimes. But I love that, especially the first 2 seasons. Like, to me, the Strain was at its best those first 2 seasons. And then it isn't like it fell off per se. It just wasn't like, once the cat was out of the bag, so to speak, and you knew all the different tricks and weird creatures and different things that it was going to throw at you, it was like just not as good, I think. Like, once you get the mystery out of a movie, it just kind of loses a little bit of something. Sorry it's so loud over here. I hope you guys can still hear me okay. Yeah, I do this. The thing is, it's funny, is when you do this for a job and you watch movies for a job, it's like, I love watching movies in theaters, but when I'm at home, I struggle. I have times where it's hard for me. Like right now, I have 2 movies I need to watch for my Netflix list that will probably come out next week. And I'm just trying to push myself to watch those movies. But you get, as weird as it sounds, you get burned out from watching movies. Yeah, exactly. When they split up, that to me is when it started kind of falling off. Like, not falling off, but just wasn't quite as good. I'm waiting to watch Fallout. I'm dying to watch Fallout, but it's one of those that I know, because Fallout is my favorite game, but it's one of those that I know I'm going to want to just binge, and just watch, like the, one go, so to speak. And with this trip, when it, just don't have time. So, but definitely next week, that's on the agenda. Hi, how are you guys? I haven't seen them in a long, long time, since they were little, real little. It's so good to hear that it's good, because, like I said, that's my favorite game. It would like make me really bummed if it wasn't good. Jeez, are you kidding me? 17? Dude, that's wild. I mean, yeah, that actually, yeah. Because Madison's what, 15? 16? Jesus. It's crazy how fast you get old, people. Like, like life goes by quick. Everything in this movie is being done practically. So they did a lot of work and spent a lot of money and time and effort on the props and trying to make the props look as good as they can, but they're sticking to practical. Like, they're, if you see some holes and this and that, it's because they're doing practical. They don't want to. They'd rather it's one of those where they would rather things not be quite 100% real or whatever than do CGI. So, and I am a huge fan of that. I will always take practical over CGI, even if it's not $1 million practical. Maximus? I don't know what Maximus is. Is he a character in... I don't know. I'm bad with names. Oh, are you talking about Strain or Fallout? I don't remember. I know that name sounds familiar, but yeah, practicals are definitely the best. But everything I've seen so far, like, it looks legit, guys. I mean, it looks really cool. Oh, okay. Okay. Whatever, Leslie. You're going to outlive us all. You know damn well. What is the movie about? It's about these two... I need to get a written synopsis, but it's basically about these two... I don't know if they're supposed to be teens, like late teens, two girls that basically find out about this, like, some creepy stuff happens, and they start pulling thread, and it leads them into this weird situation where things start to get really cosmic horror and weird, and like there's gonna be, like, visions of some weird stuff, and you're gonna see some really cool body horror stuff. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, okay, now I know who you're talking about. I didn't realize okay, I didn't even realize that he was in it. But I guess that makes sense. I just play the games, but I struggle to remember names a lot of times. I think this is going to be a fun movie, though, no matter what. Like, I really do. Because, I mean, everybody is just really passionate about what they're doing, and they're really trying their damnedest to make a real movie. Like, it's not one of those deals where they're just trying to make this silly, low-budget project and, like, trying to get whatever money they can and any of that kind of bullshit. Like, this is people that are really trying to make the best movie they possibly can. Like, a real fucking movie. Yeah, same here. I mean, if there's and that's what it's got me so excited about this. Like, there's one scene in particular I saw that I don't want to tell you guys about, but, like, yeah, some cosmic shit, man. It's going to be fucking cool. The music is definitely going to be good. And I think the editing will be great as well. DJ's editing it, but he also has got a big circle around him of people that are, good at editing and even people like me that are good at watching something and giving any pointers. Like, if he comes to me, I'll be more than happy to be like, not that I'm the greatest at editing, but I watch a lot of movies. Yeah, but I have full faith that he's going to make a great movie across the board. I think it's going to be really cool. He just has so much passion for this. He's just, if any of you guys are watching this on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment channel, please go over to the Bloodscribe Creations YouTube channel and subscribe there, because this is a podcast called The Screaming Room, and it only lives on the Bloodscribe Creations YouTube channel. I'm just, this week, because I'm by myself, and I wanted to show everybody, and try to get more people to know about the podcast. But yeah, definitely go subscribe if you want to listen to this podcast every Wednesday evening. It's live. It's always live every week, so you guys can always chat with us. Normally, though, it'll be me and DJ, and then usually Bethany and Jay as well. But definitely it's always me and DJ. So, and it's cool too because you'll be able to kind of hear updates along the way, because over the next couple months, DJ will be editing it and slowly putting it together. And if you're following the podcast, you'll be the first people to hear about a trailer drop and all that stuff. So exactly what Leslie said. It is definitely a labor of love. She was able to spend a day on the set with me as well and checking it out. So yeah, because I've been telling everybody to go over to the Blood Scribe Creation. So probably most of the people have left the Ghost Pirate and are over at Blood Scribe. But yeah, I just want to spread the word, because it's a lot more fun doing a podcast when all you guys get to be a part of it, and just have a community of people that get to hear what we're doing every week. We've been doing this for, a couple months now, and it's hard to get the word out, letting people know that, hey, there's a podcast, because a lot of people are bummed that I stopped doing my live Monday nights and that I stopped doing a podcast, but it's because doing this. So you guys want to say hi?
Yeah.
Here's the man of the hour.
Sure.
Ooh, show this prop.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
He just walked up with a prop.
This is kind of a spoiler. Sorry, but I get to keep this now.
If you've been paying attention, we've been spoiling little things here and there.
I just posted something on Facebook that was like a huge spoiler.
Yeah, that the multi-shot thing. Yeah.
But it's whatever.
Yeah. So how did it go? Because they were shooting over at the graveyard set.
Yeah, we
location.
We were at a great. So
it's an actual graveyard, though,
it's
right?
It's an actual graveyard. It's I forget what the actual name is, but it's in the beaches, and so we're back here at. So this is the warehouse where we built the cave location, and we're shooting on the other side of this warehouse, to as the inside of a mausoleum. Hey, Ray's Browns fan. That's right. Hey, Myles Garrett, baby. Best defensive end in football.
So I'm doing this simulcast from the Ghost Pirate channel, and we've gotten quite a few people to come over.
Oh, nice.
So,
hi, everybody. Yeah, subscribe to Blood Scribe, please. We're making an awesome movie.
Telling everybody, just stop watching on the Ghost Pirate channel and just watch it over here.
Hey, Garrett, good to see you, man. Yeah, I wish you were here, buddy. Yeah.
But yeah, I was telling them, just follow the podcast, because it'll be the best place to, hear about any special things about the movie that are happening, when the trailer's dropping, all these fun things like that. This will be the place to be.
I need a haircut. This is what it looks like when you're on set.
No life for a month.
When you're a no lifer for 3 months. That's
because they've been shooting for 3 weeks, but you were for a whole month. We're setting up the shots, and then so it's literally been months and months, guys, of just this grind.
Here's our DP, another ghost, Jay Palmer.
I heard you say nice things about us.
Yeah.
Trying.
Say hi to everybody. He's simulcasting from the Ghost Pirate channel.
Yeah.
So
I've been able to pull people over.
So cool. Yeah. Subscribe to Blood Scribe. Are you coming in to show everybody stuff?
Yeah, I will. Here shortly.
Okay. All right. We're gonna start.
I was just kind of waiting until you guys were in there.
I'm gonna do something. I already spoiled it.
Yeah, but it's out of context.
No, I know.
So it's not really a spoiler.
Somebody in the chat. So
it
says Chuck Jones. Somebody in the chat said that it was a Looney Tunes. Yeah. So
oh, okay.
My favorite. All
right. My email's Wyatt Lee.
So we gotta get in there. So hi everybody. Sweet. See you in a little bit. And,
all right. I'm gonna pull us.
There's Braden. Wait, hang on. Let's see how to Braden.
Okay. Hey, come talk to the podcast.
You're on the Screaming Room, Braden.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Screaming Room podcast.
What's up, guys?
And actually on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment channel.
We got Derek. It's an honor.
What's up, Derek? Two
Dave.
characters.
That's what happens on Low Budge. You are a director of photography and you star.
Well, yeah, because you're the bartender in it too. Yeah.
Bartender, bro.
I got to beat up someone.
All right, we're gonna go inside and set up. See you guys on the inside.
That was cool, getting to see some of the people that are making the magic happen. But let's go in there and I'll show you guys go in there so I can show you guys the cave setup. But I gotta kind of put stuff away so that I can go inside. Trying to do this with one hand. So while I'm putting my stuff back in my backpack so I can take you guys along with me inside, do you guys have any questions? What movie? Here's a good one for you guys. What is the movie that's coming out that you know of that's for sure coming out this year that you're the most excited about? Like what movie? It could be horror, it could be whatever. It doesn't have to just be horror, but because horror takes up 99% of my brain, but I love movies. You know, if I could talk about all kinds of movies, I would. It's just one of those deals where if you want to be like proficient at one subject and really, I don't know if I want to say master it, but like really know what you're talking about, the less the more you focus on the more narrow your focus, the better you're going to be. And this is a lot harder to do on my phone. It doesn't give me like all the same options when I'm doing it on my phone. Because how can I?
You're trying to flip it? I don't know if you can flip it. I don't think you can flip it.
Because I wanted to use my laptop. I brought it and all that, but I was like, I can't get it inside, and then I didn't have lights.
Well, good thing the DP's here. I'm going to light you. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? Say hi to Ghost Pirate Channel as well as the Screaming Room podcast.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Glad to see where you guys are alive. I might be dead. You never know.
So who are you? What are you playing in?
I am
the
Grant.
Screaming Room?
I am Grant. I'm the groundskeeper of the cemetery. I actually live on the property.
And he plays a crucial role. Let's put it that way. A pivotal role.
Is,
I know, but it's a pivotal. I can't say that word.
I pivot a couple of times.
Yeah. It's
Hey,
pivotal.
please stay tuned to what we're doing. Keep watching the casts, of course.
And like I said, if you guys want to keep up with what's going on here, the best way is to subscribe to Bloodscribe Creations. And like I said, every week we do this podcast, and we'll keep you guys up to date on this movie. So thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. I love what you do, man.
Thank you. You want to say hi to the podcast?
Everyone, if you see something, say something.
Hi.
Who are you and what do you do?
I'm one of the sound people, one of
Nice.
two. The other one's over there. And I mostly I feel like I'm just like an assistant more
Yeah.
than anything.
How's it been going so far, though?
It's been dusty as hell
Yeah.
in this warehouse.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not
True
super
that.
great. Also, this place is terrifying. I'm pretty sure this is where
It's
we're going
creepy.
to die.
It is.
Yeah.
It is creepy.
Yeah, this is the place where we'll die.
Have you worked on other projects before, or just?
I've worked on like a couple of other film sets, but I mostly do screenwriting.
Okay.
So a lot of my stuff is done like at home.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got any place you want people to find you? Any projects you got coming up? Any of that kind of thing?
It is not super ready right now, but you can check out It's the Kids Table on like various social
Kids
media.
Table.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Various social media. Yeah,
Nice,
you can
very
find that, or look up Ace in Need of Space if you want to find me
What is
specifically.
it?
Ace in Need of Space.
Perfect.
Yeah, all one word.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for saying hi to the people.
Hi.
All right, so we're working our way back here. It's not lit up or anything, but right here is the cave area. It doesn't look like much right now, but once they hang all the things back up, get the cameras all set up, and get the lights all set up, it is creepy as all hell, and it feels like a legit horror scene. So I'll show you. Yeah, briefly. I'll show them again when there's lights on and it feels real. Because right now I'm telling you, it'll be amazing.
So we're actually shooting over here tonight.
Oh,
we're not,
really?
We're not in the cave anymore.
No.
The cave is wrapped. I know.
All right. Well, like I told everybody, go to Facebook. There's tons of pictures.
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
The Hellgate movie Instagram.
Yep.
Go there.
Yeah, I followed that one last time.
Yeah.
So where's the scene? Where are you guys shooting?
It's It's in this back corner. I think Jeremy has it.
Back over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So go to the bathroom and then it's right there.
Cool. So we have another location I didn't know about. So this is exciting. It's all dark and creepy. It's so creepy in this warehouse, even with like a bunch of people in here. But yeah, so this is where we're shooting tonight. You can't see much right now, but there's ladder and this, that, and the other. So I don't know exactly what's going to be shot over here. I don't know if they're using this motorcycle or what all is being done, but I'm sure it's going to be exciting. Yeah, so if you guys are over on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment YouTube channel, make sure you go over to the Bloodscribe Creations YouTube channel and subscribe over there, because that is where this podcast lives, the Screaming Room podcast. This is a special one night thing where I'm simulcasting from both locations, because I wanted, you guys to hear about the podcast, and also I wanted both audiences to see, and hopefully meet some of the cast and crew and things like that. So giving them a little more time to set up in there. Maybe we'll go check back in once they start shooting and give you guys a sneak peek of them actually shooting. But in the meantime, we can do some Q&A. See, I'll go check out some of the things you guys have been saying. All right, so some of the movies you guys are excited to see. Terrifier 3, of course. Alien Romulus. Oh my God, I think it looks incredible. I cannot wait for that. A24 prison movie where they learn acting. Looks like it's going to be emotional. I feel like I saw the trailer for that, but I can't really place it right now. There's so many movies coming out. Nice. Thank you, Kiyoki. So you're excited for Jean Dewberry comes out soon? And I'm excited. I don't know if I've seen the trailer for that one. Gareth says, I'm not finding a Ghost Pirate page on Facebook. Yeah, there's a Ghost Pirate Facebook group as well as a page. They're both on there. Make sure you put in Ghost Pirate Entertainment. Maybe that's what's going on, Garrett. If you literally just type in Ghost Pirate Entertainment, it should come up a few different options. Yeah, exactly. Cemetery groundskeepers are never creepy. Oh, and he gets creepy. Just wait, guys. Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun, Kiyoki. It's okay, so it's a historical one about the lost official mistress of Louis XV. Oh, that sounds interesting. So like a historical drama thriller kind of deal. And Leslie says, yay, prison movies. Well, I searched under groups for Ghost Pirate and Ghost Pirate Entertainment and still get nothing. Can someone share the group in the comments? The Ghost Pirate Entertainment group. I don't know why it's not coming up on Facebook. It should. So is there already a trailer for it, Rachel? Is it already out? Hey, you want to say hi real quick? This is the star of the show. She's been getting
don't look like a star right
beaten
now.
up and thrown around and
Oh, yeah,
all kinds of craziness. So tell everybody who you are, what you're playing, all that jazz.
My name is Madison Grace, and I'm a musician and now, I guess, actor. I'm playing Lillian in Hellgate.
She's like the lead. What is the... Everybody keeps asking me, like, what's the basic story?
So,
like the synopsis.
So me and my roommate, Stacy, Lillian and Stacy, we have like a podcast and a channel on YouTube, and we talk about like horror movies and metal music, and we're really into all that. And we're like going through the graveyard one night. We're like having a little moment, and we like see a ghost in a picture that we get, and it just leads us on this huge
Down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, just down a rabbit hole of,
And it gets more and more crazy,
yeah,
creepy,
yep, and,
unsettling,
yep, chaos ensues,
and cosmic.
Yep. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's, you know, I think there's a little bit of something in there for everyone. It's
Totally.
cheesy, but it's serious, and it's, you know, it's alternative, and I think that it's gonna hit a niche that's gonna, you know.
And you guys will all be able to be like, I saw her when she wasn't a star.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna be big. Watch. Wait till you guys see this performance, man.
I'm excited.
Like, she's bringing out the emotion.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Exciting.
it.
So,
Yeah.
well, thank you for saying hi
Thank
to the people on the podcast.
And
the screaming room.
saying, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Every time people say that, I always want to start like, oh, say again.
What are your favorite, like, music? Like, who do you emulate or look up to? Like,
I honestly have so many influences, from like Czech composer Antonin Dvorak to.
Because you got that raspiness in
Britney.
your voice. Do you use that in your singing?
I mean, it's something I've always had. Like, my dad has a really raspy voice, and.
But I mean, it's in your.
Yeah, it's just how it happens. You know, I trained a little classically, and I'm from Mississippi, and you know, grew up singing on the back porch in church, and.
So are you in a band, or you just do?
So I'm a solo artist, but I do have a band. I have like a roster of like 20 musicians from a couple of different states that I.
Are you guys like gigging and stuff, or mostly?
Yeah, I have a gig coming up May 4th in Jacksonville at Jackrabbits.
Nice.
It's with Skyview, like an indie space like rock band. They're really cool.
That's awesome. What show is going to be around?
Yeah, if you guys want to listen, it's Madison Grace Music everywhere. Singles Ghost Girl and Addicted and.
Where can they? Are you on Spotify?
Yeah, Spotify,
okay.
Apple Music, YouTube, Google Play, all that. So we got a couple of videos out. Some of the camera people who are like the DP and worked with
Are those
him.
on YouTube?
Yep.
Cool.
Some of the people that were working on set, like they shot and filmed the music videos. So really interconnected here in Jax. I love the film community. Yeah, so thank you for having me. I'm curtsy. I can't see.
Wait till you guys see her all done up, all badass with her fucking metal ass boots.
Yeah, this is.
She's got these like crazy boots that remind me of the ones I used to wear when I was in Graven Image back in the day.
My dad saw him and he was like, all right, Gene Simmons, we see you.
I know, like good 2.5, 3 inches.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
Boots on them,
Oh yeah, and I'm already like pretty tall. I'm in Uggs right now, so.
I know, she's like almost my height.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, we had a long day today, so all the makeup's done. My hair is like.
You guys started at what? 10 today, or?
I think they did. I was called in at like 1.
Okay.
And then we just got, you know, a couple shots at the graveyard for today. Yesterday was a really, really long day. I was basically like tied up and carved into.
And it's so hot in this warehouse.
Yeah, it's dusty. You know, there's a lot of dust
dirt,
and all the fog. You know, so.
The fog is what was getting me. It's like.
Yeah. At the end of set, I was like I blew my nose, like I had an itch, so I wiped my nose with a tissue, and it was just black. It wasn't brown. It was black. And so I literally, everybody at set took a makeup wipe, was just like dig in, like sorry, like, you know, with a little wipe, just trying to get it all out.
Let's see, Kiss Boots. Yeah. I wish she had them on right now to show you guys, but you'll just have to watch the movie.
Yeah,
they're super dope.
Or you can go follow the Hellgate
on Instagram.
Movie on Instagram.
It's like you're telling them there's a bunch of different pictures.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of pictures and videos. Nothing's being held, gate kept, whatever. You can go see all the behind the scenes, everything. So yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, it's very, very fun and exciting. So hopefully later this year or early next year, you guys will be able to get to see her performance. So I can't wait to see it, because it's different once the movie magic has been done to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You know, I mean, I'm excited just standing there from a weird corner, like.
And be like, I was over there to the left, you know. Yeah. That's my favorite part. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be able to point and be like, you can't see me, but I'm actually right
there,
right behind that wall that you don't see.
No, yeah, it's freaking awesome. Yeah, thank you for having me on. I'm gonna go grab some food. I think they got some food in there. Bye, guys. Thank you.
You still got to shoot more.
Nope. Gotta get this all. Gotta get my tattoos like touched up.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was a treat. I'm glad that we were able to snag her. I don't know why links don't show up in the chat a lot of times. You can't put them as a hyperlink, guys. They won't show up. So to put a link, you have to write out the link, but don't let it be a hyperlink. So take off the period or whatever so that it doesn't become a hyperlink, because YouTube won't allow hyperlinks in the chat. So if you want to share a link, just type it out, but without doing the full like .com. And then you just kind of copy it and then add the period back so that it'll work. It's a pain, but I don't know why it's not coming up. I mean, I've had these the Ghost Pirate groups for like 2 years, something like that, so they're definitely up there. Sorry, Leslie. I should have said that sooner, but I'm like being pulled around and trying to focus on a lot of things. And I'm tired. I've been editing for about 7 hours today, and then came here to do this. And I'm not used to this warmth. Not yet, anyway. I mean, Sacramento will definitely get hotter than out here, but the humidity here is a whole different level. We don't have humidity like this. Like Sacramento is a very dry heat. I mean, we get like 110, 115 in Sacramento, so it gets super hot, just not that humid. Yeah, that humidity. Can I snag a water? I think they're underneath you. They're eating, so not trying to get in their faces right now while they're eating. They've been working their butts off all day. The last thing they need now is a camera in their face when they're trying to eat some food. Let's see. It took me about, it took me 18 months to get used to the humidity here in Virginia. You should come up and see, or come up and visit. Yeah, I want to travel to a lot of different places. Like the goal is this year, what I'm really hoping for this year is to get, sorry, I muted myself for a second. But anyway, I want to travel this year, and the goal is to do as much traveling as I can, maybe get some conventions to invite me out, but I need your guys' help for that. So if you guys have a convention in your town, shout them out my name. Be like, hey, have Kanan. You know, like, probably won't get any of that yet. It's still not quite a big enough YouTube channel, but definitely in the future, I want to, because I don't really want to go to conventions unless I have a table, you know, a spot, because then I can meet everybody that wants to see me there. And with my leg, man, I can't be walking around a lot, you know. So on top of that, I just can't afford to fly. Like, I definitely can't afford it yet to fly around the country to conventions unless I'm at least getting my hotel and airfare paid for. So. But Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento, if you guys are from Sacramento, they don't got to pay me. They don't got to do much other than just giving me a spot. So, because I live there, I live in Sacramento, so it's an easy drive. Just need to make sure I have a table. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the summer here in Florida, because if I end up coming back at some point this summer, which I'm sure I will or whatever, I am not looking forward to that humidity, because like, I think I came here the first time was like October, and it was brutal even then, and it was like cooled off a ton. yeah, humidity is no joke. Because, like, you literally just feel like you're constantly need to take a shower. You know, like, I took a shower and I had the AC on, and still within like an hour I was feeling sticky. I'm like, what is this? Usually I can be safe when I'm indoors. But if anybody's watching this on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment channel, please go over to the Blood Scribe Creations YouTube channel and subscribe there, because this podcast, The Screaming Room, from now on is only going to be able to be seen over on that YouTube channel. So this was just a special night kind of thing to hopefully get more of you guys to be aware that I'm doing a podcast over on the Blood Scribe Creations channel called The Screaming Room. So, and my co-hosts are who are making this movie. So that's why I'm on this set, is they're making this movie, but we have a podcast together. So hopefully they'll be back next week. We can talk about horror again. But there's lots of episodes, so you could definitely go back. If you haven't been listening to the podcast, there's like, you know, a dozen, or I don't know. There's lots of episodes without me, but there's still, you know, the last 2 months worth with me. So, you know, I talk about all the latest news and the different movies I've seen. And, you know, just if you don't get tired of me enough from the videos, you can get me live on a podcast every week. Yeah, I would absolutely shower at least twice a day if I lived out here, especially in the summer. What's up, BCH Bounds? And Dee Dee Ross, welcome to the Screaming Room stream podcast. We do it as a live stream every week, but it is a podcast. So yeah, every Wednesday night or afternoon, if you're on the West Coast, we do this, and so it's always live. And so, from Colorado, welcome to the stream. That's a place I've always wanted to visit. I have never been to Colorado, but I love mountains. So one of these days, I definitely got to go and check out the mountains in Colorado for sure. Luckily, I live in Virginia Beach, so we get the coastal breeze on the better days. But it's hot and humid. Screaming bugs and mosquitoes who man, it's hard reading this on my tiny phone, who use DEET as mouthwash. Makes there some miserable days here. Yeah, that's the one thing about Sacramento, is even when it's super hot, we get that breeze some nights. So in the summer, and it'll kick up, and it makes it a lot better. But the big thing with Sacramento, you just don't go out in the day. But at least at night, most nights it's not horrible. The thing is, out here, even at night, the humidity never goes away. Let's see. Guest submitted for membership in the Facebook group, so hopefully it's me. You guys know it's just me. I do everything. Anything Ghost Pirate, it's only me. So yeah, Garrett, I will go and authorize you into the group when I get a chance, like when I'm not on my phone streaming. So don't worry, I'll approve it. But yeah, I do the group. It would be nice if more of you guys went over to the Facebook group, and but I don't really promote it. I don't push it, but it would be nice to see more conversations going on in there, so I could, I would definitely jump in there. Same with Patreon. Like, I wish there was more conversations and stuff going on there, like more interactions. I would be more involved over there too. It's just, I don't know. It's just nobody really seems to ever be over there. So. Yeah, I am very, very excited about Maxine. It's right up there for me with my most anticipated. That one and Alien But you know what? But also Long Legs. I'm really excited about Long Legs. Cuckoo looks like it's going to be creepy and fun. Like we got a lot coming. And what's crazy is a bunch of these amazing movies we've had already, we didn't even know about them. Like, I didn't even know about all these movies, at the beginning of the year when I was talking about my most anticipated. Like, I don't think I mentioned Late Night with the Devil. I did mention Immaculate. Let's see, I didn't know about Sting. I didn't know about oh man, they're doing some road construction up there. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. I think it's in June. Mahalo to you. I used to be in a band called Mahala. But are you in Miami or one of the islands? Since you say mahalo. Let's see. What did what did you say? Let's see. How about using your community tab? I do. Some. But once again, I just don't. Like, the place that I interact with most of you guys the most is just in the comments on the videos on the channel. So, but I would love to talk to you guys more. I mean, I have a few of you guys that I talk to on Twitter some and on Instagram and on Facebook. Like, but there's still not a lot of you guys. So if any of you guys want to talk to me more often, the best way is to just follow me on Twitter, tag me and stuff, just in like it's hard for me to talk to any of you guys directly per se, or always talk in the comments of videos because there's just a lot of comments. But if you guys hit me up directly, like on Facebook and Twitter, like if we're having conversations like, hey, Kanan, what do you think about this movie or whatever, I tend to interact a lot more that way. And I do interact some on the community feed, but the community feed on YouTube is funky because it's like you guys can't post anything, so it's not any different really than talking to the comments on a video. So I do post some things there when something happens that I think you guys will think is interesting, but I'm not the greatest at knowing things I should post or remembering to post things or taking pictures of things, and just not the best at that stuff. Like, someday I'll be able to afford to get someone to help me with that stuff and post up things I do, or at least let me know things that are interesting to post. Nice. Hawaii is definitely on my bucket list of places to go. Rachel says she found a few of the Graven Image CDs a few weeks ago. Talk about nostalgia. I don't even have any anymore. I don't even know what happened to my Graven Image CDs or Mahala. Luckily, there's still some Mahala music that's still in the internet, but if you search for Mahala, but I don't have any Graven Image stuff myself. Polls work well on the comments. Yeah, I do those some, but like I said, I'm just not the best at thinking of what is an interesting thing to post. Like, it's hard to explain, but I'm just I don't think of, I'll get active in that for a little while. It's kind of like TikTok. I post this stuff for quite a while on TikTok, and then slowly but surely it just kind of, I get out of the habit of it. I don't get enough interactions to keep me really thinking about it. Same with Instagram. So you guys got to remember, it's hard to explain to you guys how much time I put into making content, making videos. It's just me. So every single thing, very few channels put out as much content as I do when it's just one person. And if they do, they're like Chris Stuckman or Cody Leach, and there are people that are able to just not edit. They're able to literally just turn a camera on and talk, and it's smooth and eloquent, and it makes sense, and they don't have to really worry about cutting things up and editing it as much, so it doesn't take them as much time. And I, unfortunately, am not that smooth with my talking or with my linguistics or however that should be worded. And so I end up cutting a lot and it takes me a while to edit. But also my weekly list videos they're a lot. I got to watch quite a few movies, write notes about those. Sorry, I just did something and I logged off for a second. Let's see. Facebook has been so glitchy lately, and I despise Twitter X. I think the key with X, because I actually like Twitter X, but only because I only follow. Like, I keep it very limited. I only follow people that I care about, like that are not going to post things that drive me nuts. Like, I follow Bloody Disgusting, and all they do is post horror movie stories, and like I don't bother following anybody that is not going to be posting content I want to see. So I don't see the news. I don't see the arguing. So I don't find it to be as toxic of a place as like a lot of people do. And it's the same with anything. Like, I think a lot of us forget that, you can tailor your social media. Like, you don't have to just, you don't have to follow all your friends. You don't have to follow everybody. You can kind of only just follow the people that are not going to piss you off. Like, if it's getting you, some people, like it. They like to argue with them or have debates or whatever, So, like, I'm not telling you shouldn't do that, but I'm saying if a platform is getting to you, make sure that you're following only people that are posting only things that are not going to bother you. Like, I might love Jamie Lee Curtis, but I'm not going to follow her on X because she's going to put a lot of political things that are just not always going to, some of the things she says are going to irritate me. And, if it's the first thing I see in the morning, it might piss me off. So I'm just not going to follow her. It's not that I have any problem with her. I follow her on Instagram because for the most part, she just posts things that are cool, like a movie, but like on X, I'm not going to. Or, whoever it is. Like, I think we all need to spend more time doing that for our own mental health. It's like because there was a time when it was like the whole idea was get as many people to follow you as possible, and you followed everybody back, and it made you feel good when people liked your comments and this and that. But I think a lot of us are past that now, and it's more about let's just talk to people that can have nice conversations and not be trolls and whatever. But it's hard a lot of times when it's like family, like on Facebook. A lot of the times it's family that's posting things that are drive us nuts. But sometimes you just need to put a family member on timeout. And if they get mad, they're like, I adore you, but I just don't want to hear about whatever it is all the time, every day. I'd rather talk about horror movies. Hey!
Yeah! I like talking about horror movies.
So how soon are you guys going to start shooting?
We had a company move today. We shot some scenes out in the graveyard. Had a company move here, lunch. So that takes an hour. So we have 10 minutes
till lunch is over.
And then we're gonna block our actors, and then so it's block, light, shoot. So I'm gonna block the actors, and then G&E.
Let them know what blocking means.
So blocking is when you essentially direct the actor's actions. So like you walk over here and, you say this line, and then you walk over here, say this line, or, like they just know.
It's almost like a walkthrough, like in a stage play. It'd be similar to like a walkthrough, but it's only for that scene.
You're moving them through the scene is what it is. So that's what it is. And then they say their lines then. And then once the blocking is set, then lighting is able to light the scene so that they get good light on their face, the shot is properly exposed, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's part of why blocking is so important,
Yeah.
is because to know what lighting you need to kind of get the people to move into the spots that they're going to be moving in, things like that. And so the people that are doing the lighting can be figuring that out while they're walking through. While you're blocking it out. So.
Yep. All right, I got to go back and make sure everything's good, but I just wanted to come out and say hi.
Cool.
I'm so happy that Ghost Pirate came all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, just to hang out. Like, it's been awesome. I've been like, this guy's a good friend.
Cool, because we haven't met in person until
the
this
first
trip.
time. Yeah, first time meeting in person. He's a lot taller than I thought he was. So,
really?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'm just short. Short kings unite. But,
I'm just bigger. He's just trying to be polite. He's like, no, dude, I didn't expect you to be a freaking beast.
All right, I'm going to get back in there. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe to Bloodscribe.
And that is the director of the Hellgate. Writer-director. I mean, like, pretty much he's doing it. He's the editor. He's the one that got the money together to do it. So it's really been him. You need to rewind him into. What was your question? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Facebook, to be honest. I don't use Facebook much anymore. Like, I'll glance at it, especially if people, and I'll share the channel stuff on there a little bit, but not to sound, I don't really know how to say it, but just, I think Facebook is dying. And I think, man, it's getting dark. So hopefully you guys can still see. I guess you're just mostly seeing my silhouette, but yeah, I just think it's a dying platform, and I don't know. I know there's a lot of people. It's kind of like you've picked your platform and that's where you live. Like everybody kind of uses TikTok, everybody uses YouTube, but like it's kind of one of those. You either mostly use Instagram or mostly use Facebook or mostly use Twitter. I know younger people use WhatsApp, and plus other countries I think use WhatsApp. Yeah, he's built low to the ground for speed. I'm definitely considerably taller than him, but I'm also considerably heavier. I'm like 250. People I don't know, they don't realize, I think, like how, like, like I'm only 6 feet tall, but I'm like 250. So I'm not super, super fat, but I'm pretty like solid. I don't know how to really put it. Like, I got a gut on me, but I'm not like crazy fat or nothing. I do want to lose like 20, 30 pounds back to a comfortable weight though. All my issues with walking and stuff have made it difficult. Oh, okay. Yeah, just mostly just been hanging out, talking about whatever you guys got going on. Because normally there is 4 of us on this podcast. Normally it's me and DJ, who just came in here, and then Bethany and Jay, who is also working on this movie. And then Bethany did the promotional photography for it. So it's really been like a team effort of everybody involved with this podcast. But this week, because they're busy with this movie, it's just me doing the Screaming Room podcast. But I decided to simulcast it onto the YouTube Ghost Pirate YouTube channel at the same time as well. So that way more of you guys would be aware that I'm doing a podcast. And just try to get some of you guys to go over there. So if you're watching this right now on the Ghost Pirate channel, please go over to the Bloodscribe Creations YouTube channel and subscribe there, because every single week, Wednesday evenings, I'm going to be with these guys doing the Screaming Room podcast. So yeah, Bethany does a great job of talking in the chat. Me and DJ basically argue about everything. I'm huggable sized. I think it depends on how big your arms are around. My little tripod, my little mobile tripod, I need to get a new one. It's not holding it solid anymore. And with different conventions and things that I might be walking around this year, I need to get a new one. Let's see, got a link. Can't really post links into Facebook chats. It doesn't let you. Like I think I can, but I don't know how to do it because I'm doing this from my phone. Normally I'd be on my computer and I can do things, but because I'm outside, I couldn't do my whole setup. But it's just Blood Scribe Creations. So Blood Scribe, as in made into one word, Creations. And it's another YouTube channel. So it'll pop up if you just search for Blood Scribe Creations. But yeah, also there's quite a few episodes of the podcast. Like I've been doing this for about 2 months now, I believe. So there's like, quite a few episodes. Yeah, thank you, Kiyokiki. So that's exactly how it's spelled. So just write that into the search bar on YouTube and it'll come up. And you'll see me doing the podcast because there's been multiple episodes with me for at least I think at least 2 months now. We've been doing the podcast together, but I can't remember exactly. No, maybe not 2 months, like maybe 6 weeks. But I know I've done the last 2 weeks prior to this, so this is the third episode of the podcast that I've had to do by myself because of them being busy shooting the movie. So it'll be nice having them back hopefully next week. Thank you, that sassy hussy. Yeah, I haven't seen a ton of cops here in Jacksonville, but the roads are a nightmare here in Jacksonville, man. They're all busted up. There's road construction. Like people drive like 1 billion miles an hour. Like it's just insane. Thank you, Aminti. Or Amint. Is that an I at the end or an L? I think it's an I, Aminti. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But yeah, like Jacksonville, man, it's like they need to do something about the roads here. Like it is fucking wild. But not just the roads. Like I said, the drivers. Like it's like, pretty late at night, people driving like 90 miles an hour through road construction areas. Like it's just insane. Like almost running you off the road and shit. And then there's like no lights anywhere. Like the lights are out on all these different signs. And I mean, I'm guessing people that live here are just kind of used to it, but man, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to not having any idea where a road is because there's no lights on the sign. It's wild. Man, it's dark now. Can you guys even see me anymore? Let's see, maybe take you guys back in for a little bit. I'm going to end this pretty soon, but I'd love to answer a few more questions if you guys have any questions for me, any Q&A stuff before I wrap it up. Mad Max Jacksonville, yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to the new Mad Max, the Furiosa. I think that's going to be wicked. Yeah, see, BCH knows. Like Sacramento drivers suck, but like the combinations of the drivers, it's not that the drivers like by themselves would be one thing, but it's the combination of the drivers and the roads that make it wild. Because like Sacramento, the drivers are horrible. Like like famously horrible drivers at Sacramento, but the roads make it really dangerous and really scary, especially when there's no light and you can't see anything. So, and because of the constant road construction, there are detours constantly and always marked easy to get lost. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, there's detours everywhere. There's like half of roads with like cones all over the damn place, and then no light, so you can't see them, or you can't see a sign, so you don't realize until you missed it. And it's pretty crazy, man. Too many of your drivers came from Jersey. I don't know about all that. I wouldn't know. I know I've heard Jersey drivers are pretty bad though, so I'm sure that is probably part of it. But I don't know. It's interesting because people drive worse here than they do over in Tampa or Orlando. And it's like they're not that far apart. But I guess it's kind of like Sacramento versus LA. It's so dark in this warehouse. Can you guys even see in here? I had to pick up a load in my semi east of Houston by the USS Texas is anchored. I was terrified of going there, just following a GPS and being about 80 feet long. Oh shit, that would be. I've driven a truck, but never that big a one. Like one of the ones that's not technically a semi. It's like you don't have to have your license, but it's still pretty big. Are you talking about in Texas? Yeah, I don't think the drivers are that bad in Texas. At least I don't remember that bad of drivers last time I was in Texas. I mean, it's been a long time, but yeah, exactly what Leslie is saying. Like, just everything is so dark. Coon drops. Never heard that term before. I'm originally from MD. We used to drivers, but it's worse here. That's how it is everywhere. It's like people talk shit about the drivers in that city, and then they move somewhere else, and they're like, "Oh shit, they're way worse here." That's like anybody that moves to LA, no matter where you're at in the country, except for maybe New York. But like LA drivers are famous for how bad they are. It's just ridiculous. Like it feels like everybody's got a death wish. Idea for a new horror movie: Potholes, the movie that detours unsuspecting drivers to reroute to a town of killers. It will make $10 and tens of dollars. Sounds interesting to me. I'm down. I'll go see it. They have goals of it all. It's just right now. It's really just like make the movie, get it finished, and then hopefully get it into some like they've already talked to some distributors, like a little bit of that, but possibly get into some different film festivals and find some legit distribution, and then because that's where all that stuff is decided. You get a good distributor and you're going to get the DVDs, Blu-rays, you're going to get in theaters, even if it's a limited release, like so right now it's just all about trying to make the best movie they can. It's a complicated thing because like Shudder doesn't really pick up a movie on their own per se. It's more of they have partners for different distributors. Some movies that they pick up are Shudder originals that you'll see on Friday nights that don't make it into theaters, and then there's ones that they release through IFC midnight or through different distributors. So it's like, and then it's different overseas. Like it's so complicated. Like, because you got to have usually a different distributor for overseas than you do here. And that's why sometimes you'll see a movie distributed with A24 here in the States, but then it's distributed with, Paramount or something like that in England and so on. So And to be completely honest with you guys, I don't even understand how a lot of that works, because it's just so like, it's just like in the music industry where you'll have subsidiaries. So it's like you'll have Paramount, but then you'll have a smaller distributor under them, and that's why you'll have like 4 or 5 production companies in some level involved in a movie. And that's why, like, you go see Late Night with the Devil and there's like 7, I think it was like 7 different production companies or distributors listed before the movie starts. And like, that's why, because it's like this one is under this one and this one is under this one did this part of the production of the movie, this part, or this one did this and that and the other. And and it takes this whole bunch of different ones. Like these really small indie movies have to get a whole bunch of people basically foot in the bill. So you'll have like a different company that does the the Blu-ray distribution, and a different company that does theatrical release. And like, so it's just, like I said, I don't even understand how it all works, because it kind of is a different story for each movie, especially when you get into stuff overseas. So, but I do know one thing: the better the movie is you make, the better the chances are that you'll get it all. So, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. If you want to see some pictures of the set, some short movies clips, or short footage of the movie being shot, whatever, go to the Hellgate on Instagram. So go to the Hellgate on Instagram, and you can see a bunch of behind the scenes pictures and footage, and see if things all lit up and all that fun stuff. If you are on the Ghost Pirate Entertainment channel right now, make sure you go over to Bloodscribe Creations and subscribe there, because this is a weekly podcast, The Screaming Room. And hopefully next week I will have my other host back with me, the rest of the crew, at least one of them, hopefully, so I'm not running solo. But we'll see. Either way, though, every Wednesday night or afternoon, depending on which coast you're on, but 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time if you're on the East Coast, every single Wednesday. And it's live, and so we always can chat on here. Oh, it looks like I just got a donation. Thank you so much, Scribbling Joe. You are the man. But that's going to wrap it up. Hey, you want to say?
I want to say
anything?
I heard what you said about Jacksonville, and you're 1,050%
Yep.
right about the drivers.
It's insane, man. It's crazy, because there's already so much road construction and limited lighting. Like, why are all the lights out on all the fucking billboards and everything here?
I'll tell you what.
It's like there'll be one bulb that works on like all these different the big road signs and stuff.
I'm born and raised in New York. The crazy drivers there, the better drivers in
Yeah.
here. The thing about Jax, though,
But at least in New York, everybody's going 5 miles an hour. So it's like you're
5?
crazy, but no, I mean, like, you're jammed
Yeah,
together. You
right.
can't, it's kind of like LA too. Like a
oh,
lot of
LA,
where
that's
you're
like-
driving, it's just stop and go. So you could drive like shit, but you're still at least not getting hit with people
They
going
do
more than like
identify.
20
You
miles
see
an
right
hour.
behind you. They do identify problems and they fix them.
Yeah,
That's
but
one
it
good
seems
thing
like
I'll say.
everywhere we go, they're constantly
Construction.
working.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I'd rather live in a city that at least has some kind of, some plan of trying to fix it than just being like,
Right.
That's how Sacramento is actually too. We have tons of road construction always going on. But part of it, I think, is a lot of the infrastructure of the United States was built around the same time frame.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what city you're in. It's like the debt is
It's a brand new
come
city.
to
Some
pay
of the newer
now.
cities out west
Yeah.
and Arizona and stuff, they can kind of start from scratch and
Yeah.
have a nice road
Yeah,
system.
and there's that too, because a lot of these engineers and stuff that made these, they were meant to be it was for a much smaller city, and so you
Less
gotta,
populous.
now traffic is becoming an issue. But anyway, I am gonna wrap this up because my arm is tired and I need to eat, and I'm just tired. So thanks again, guys, and like I said, make sure you go to Bloodscribe Creations, subscribe there to see the podcast next week.
Boom.